going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Thursday. Birds are chirping and stuff. It's time for another Vikings news dump. So, J. McCarthy, Vikings OTA is back at it again today for, was the OTA 6? Yeah. Then mandatory minicamp next week. Woo. Come along. Like football and football adjacent activities, they're back. They're back, baby. That's right. But J.J. McCarthy doing the damn thing. And I understand, like this offseason, there's almost like a J.J. McCarthy fatigue, right? Because all of the talk, oh, he's the savior, oh, he's a bust, oh, he's that, and the other thing, or just we're just waiting, right? Because we could have found out, what J.J. McCarthy was last year, right? Unfortunately, got injured. I don't know if he would have supplanted Sam Darnold, but also I wonder what would happen if McCarthy was there, just like looking behind Sam every opportunity. The Vikings fans would have been very obtuse when it comes to Darnold's, like every single incompletion off by a millimeter. JJ. I don't know. Like maybe after the Jacksonville game, they would have gone to him. Maybe after the bye week, after he was whatever against the Jets. Don't know. But ultimately, it does not matter. J.J. McCarthy is that guy now. And an interesting over-under bet. And on its face, you're like, this is crazy, but also, I'm in. You son of a B, I'm in. Vikes Insider. Second-year quarterbacks in their 2025 passing touchdown lines. J.J. McCarthy, 25.5. Most amongst all of the sophomore quarterbacks, even though he hasn't played an NFL down. Bo Nix, 24.5, manufactured. Jaden Daniels, 23.5. Kind of interesting. That's relatively low. Caleb Williams, 22.5. Probably should be higher since the Bears are going to have Garbaggio time all the time. Drake May, 19.5. I think the Patriots are still a ways away. And then Michael Penix, not available. Probably going to be in that 19-20 area. But overall, so McCarthy, 25.5. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, that's a lot considering that he didn't throw the ball much at Michigan, blah, 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 blah. But a couple factors in there. Number one, getting to 26. 26 isn't a lot. It's roughly like 3 touchdowns every 2 games. So a touchdown and a half a game, I think it's certainly doable. Also, Darnold last year had 35. Right? So I think that even if McCarthy doesn't have 35 touchdowns, say he throws 27, I think the Vikings offense could be extremely efficient. Also, I don't think there's going to be a ton of garbage time where he's just stat padding and putting the Kirk Cousins special, right? But over 25 and a half, I think it's interesting. I think part of it is Vegas and the smart money and the odds makers, they see that, hey, all right, so he's driving a Ferrari, even though he's never taken an NFL snap. Also, I think they put that a little bit high because, the smart money initially set in the line, like they're gobbling it up. Again, touchdown and a half per game. I think J.J. McCarthy is fully capable of that. So I'm in. You son of a B, I'm in. Also, I'm in. Week 1 of the preseason, Vikings going to be on national television, which is great for out-of-market Vikings fans. Vikings hosting the Texans, 3 p.m. Central Time, the only time zone that matters. It's going to be good stuff. Getting the first look at Donovan Jackson. Ooh, it's for real. Now, TBD what happens with McCarthy. I wonder if O'Connell will play him in preseason, right? And we've gone years where we saw Kirk Cousins in there for a drive or whatever. But if you're going to play McCarthy, you got to play the first team offensive line. Right, that's part and parcel there. So, I don't know. But with the Texans, we'll see what... Oh, Ed Ingram Bowl. Yeah, let's go. Also, getting to see like Ariante Ursery, all that stuff. The Texans' new Iowa State receiving core. It's going to be good. Yeah. Also, Cashman. Well, I guess not Shaq Griffin anymore. But, yeah, Cashman and Jonathan Grenard revenge game. Sure, why not? Daniil Hunter revenge game, even though he won't play. Yeah. Also... Vikings defensive line looking good. Looking good, man. I love Harrison Phillips right there in the middle. That's his photo. Elijah Williams looking really damn good. Marcus Dixon, coach over on the left. Taki Taimani. I feel like 9-4 is in for a big-time season, man. Right? Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, even though he's kneeling down, doesn't he just look massive? I love it, man. Jalen Redmond doing the damn thing. I mean, this is a damn good group. You look at Hargrave, you look at Jonathan Allen, all smiles. Let's go. Let's go, Hunt. Hey, the Vikings have probably the best outside linebacking trio in the National Football League. Don't care. Hey, you guys up front, get a push, blow up a gap, and let's go from there. Like, I don't want them to gain another yard. And it all starts up front. Absolutely. Also, so the Vikings going to have a number of turnover celebrations yet again this year. So the Vikings, number one TOs last year, and of course, Cameron Beasley Bynum recently departed, joined the Colts, as well as Josh Metellus deserves an extension. They took social media by storm. All of the turnover Cellys and the white chicks, camp dance, all that stuff. It's really fantastic. But with Beasley gone, the question is who's going to replace him as Metellus' turnover partner? Well, it's not Harrison Smith. Although that would be great. That'd be awesome. Except Harrison has would have dated music choices. Like, we're gonna have to get some Lil Jon up in here, or maybe some Akon. I don't know. But Vikes fan page, Vikings safety Theo Jackson says he will pick up the celebrations from Cam Bynum's end in 2025. It's going to be me and Josh Metellus. Then we are just going to pick people up. Murph 2. We just going to keep on adding. So you do have Theo Jackson taking over the Cameron Bynum role. Although it's hard, every single week, because the Vikings get turnovers every single week. They have to find ways to top themselves, right? At a certain point, you're your own worst enemy, right? Because how can you do better? But it's going to be great to see. And the Vikings defense going to get a ton of freaking turnovers, man. So we talked about yesterday, Dante Culpepper, get your roll on, baby. Visiting with the Vikings crew, visiting with the quarterbacks, even though... Forgot to point this out. Was it Gessling? Only one quarterback, Brett Rippon, is old enough to remember Dante. Because Rippon was born in 96. Everyone else, maybe not so much. But Dante Culpepper, get your roll on, baby. Again, the pride of Central Florida. He was number 8 for the Knights back in the day. Number 11 overall pick in 99. Feeling fine. It was good, man. Dante Culpepper was great. But this is even better. So Blake Cashman, pride of Eden Prairie. Growing up, watching Dante Culpepper getting his roll on as well. He said this in response to the Vikings post. I told him, you want to feel old? I used to go to your house every Halloween because you always gave out the king-size candy bars. And, of course, Dante was here when the Vikings HQ was at Winter Park, just off of 494 over in Eden Prairie. So, Cashman was all up in there, right? So, gaggle players lived over in the Southwest Metro. And Dante... I would wager my life savings times 10 leveraged out that Dante would give out king-size candy bars because he's the king. That's right, man. Although that first Halloween after the Love Boat had to be kind of weird. Anyways, something's not weird. Asante Samuel Jr. out there as a free agent. Now, as I've said ad nauseum, I'm pretty comfortable with the Vikings cornerback room, but if you can get him cheap, I say why not? So he is coming off of a pretty serious shoulder and neck injury. That's the major concern. That's why he's a free agent, not on a 90-man rooster right now. He's posted on the gram, him working out, which is great. But the neck is the major concern. All right, and I forget who brought it up. Was it Mike Garafolo, NFL Network, where they were talking about how they're hoping he can resume his career. And that's always up in there. So I don't know, I would take a shot. I think at this point, medically, teams are going to want to protect themselves. That also explains, like we said, why he's not signed right now. So give him a cheap deal, maybe very little guaranteed incentives if he stays healthy and is on the field, and just go from there. And thorough medical exam from the training staff. And like I said, Asante Samuel Jr., he's talented, man. He's really damn good. Speaking of former Chargers coming off an injury, Tom Pelissero, former Chargers starting running back J.K. Dobbins is headed to Denver tonight to have dinner with coaches and visit the Broncos facility Thursday. Per source, the dynamic Dobbins, who had 1,084 yards rushing scrimmage and 9 touchdowns in 2024, now could land with an AFC West contender. So I wouldn't minded Dobbins as running back 3, but potentially could get more of a opportunity in Denver. Stupid ass Sean Payton. Although I think that's gonna be RJ Harvey's team, absolutely. But Ty Chandler, there's concerns. Trey Stewart, the UDFA, Xavier Scott, they like, but behind Jones and Mason, running back 3 we made the statement before, like running back 3 might not even be on the roster, whether it's Ty Chandler, whether it's someone else, but potentially take J.K. Dobbins off the board, which kind of stinks because he's perfect for outside zone. Also, so doing up a different video, just breaking down all the Madden stuff, but the Griddy is officially in the game. Now, they had the Griddy since I think since Madden 23, some version of Jefferson doing the Griddy, but now they actually did the stop motion thing. Now, I don't know if that's actually Jefferson, probably not, right? But someone in the stop motion, well, not stop motion, but the motion capture suit. Stop motion is like The Nightmare Before Christmas, which it's a great movie. Yeah. But finally got the Griddy, finally got the moves. Actually, you know what I hope is in that suit? I hope it was La Griddy, the guy who actually created it. And then Jefferson and Jamar Chase, but really Justin Jefferson, made it into a worldwide phenomenon. I like the La Griddy still gets some of the credit. It's good to see. Also, the opposite of good to see. So I'm rooting for Sam Darnold, except for when he plays us, obviously. But Florio, the media got their first look at Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold. He threw 2 interceptions in the 7-on-7 goal line setting, which happens. And of course, the media has been all up in the ass of Jalen Milroe, just trying to hype him up. 3rd-round pick is like, oh, is he the future? And then you look at Darnold's 3-year, $100 million deal. Basically, it's 1-year deal with team options. But, of course, Mike Macdonald got the normal questions. Ari Mariov, Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald on the chance that Sam Darnold isn't quarterback 1. No, you guys are crazy. I respect that you got to ask it, but it's just a crazy question. It's just not going to happen. Sam's our starting quarterback. We love him. So, I don't know. Like, I put out like a crazy prediction a couple of weeks ago that Darnold is back as QB2 next year because I could see this thing going very sideways in Seattle. Their offensive line, I mean, outside of Cross and hopefully Zabel, Oluwatimi maybe, but it's a rough-looking offensive line. And, of course, Sam Darnold is just looking at the Vikings like, oh, now you fix interior offensive line. And hopefully Darisaw stays healthy, knocking down all the wood. But Sling and Sammy, like, it was fun last year, right? But, yeah, it just fell apart at the end. It is what it is. But I hope he has success with the Seahawks. I think it's a good football city. I think it suits his personality well. And actually, I don't have a good feeling about it. I really don't. I honestly do feel like maybe Jalen Milroe will be the starter by the end of the season, or by the time the Vikings play the Seahawks, late third of the season, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. That's it. Vikings news dump for this beautiful, glorious Thursday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.